Anthony,
Yes, sir.
my guy,
My man.
how's it going?
Good, man. Good. Happy to be done.
Hmm.
I feel proud of myself. Uh, wasn't the ultimate, goal. I didn't achieve the ultimate goal that I wanted.
Yeah.
Um, but this game is about the journey.
Hmm.
This game is about, you know, sticking true to your mind and seeing what it's truly capable of. And I felt like I did a great job at making myself proud, and I hope I inspired uh, a lot of people that are going through the similar things that I am.
Yeah. I know this was a lot to come into the game with.
Yes, sir.
Did it impact the way you played?
Um, I tried my best to leave everything at the door. Um, when I went on season 7, my mom was going through health issues then, um, and I was worried about that a lot throughout the season. This, uh, the things that I was going through this time were far more severe. Uh, it wasn't just my mom and her reoccurring health issues. I lost my brother. Um, I lost my job while I was in sequester. Um, but I still decided to do it. I still decided to do my best um, to show everybody, not just how much Buck has meant to me, um, but also how powerful my mind is,
Hmm.
how resilient I am, um, and how much I love this game.
Yeah. I mean, I think you showed everyone 2 seasons, never been put on the block.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody's done that
yeah,
in the history of the show.
yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm the big Valboski, right? The sworn protector of the realm and the light-skinned lord of the north. And like I said, regardless if I got, the final prize, this has never been about the final prize for me. I wanted to play the best. I feel like I played the best. I didn't get crowned champion, but that's okay. I did everything that I believe I did everything that I could to get myself into that final two. It didn't go my way, but I'm still so thankful for this experience.
Yeah. You know, 5 years ago,
Yeah,
I think I was here.
yeah,
I met you for the first time.
yeah,
I asked you if you thought I was a lion.
yeah,
You said I was a lion.
yeah. You most definitely are nothing short of a lion. I've been a huge fan of your podcast. I love your insight to the game. I love the coverage, and I love coming on the show. And you and I both know anytime you call Dougie Licious' number, I'm coming. I appreciate you for coming here, and again, probably showing me so much love and support out there. And my dog.
Well, you are a lion.
Yeah,
You are, I think, an inspiration. You have inspired so many other players,
yeah,
other winners,
yeah,
and I think that you have, regardless of the outcome tonight,
yeah,
I know it's a lot to take in. You have made your mark
yeah.
on this game,
Thank you.
on this show,
Yeah.
and there's a lot to be proud of there.
Thank you, brother. It's one of those situations where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Hmm.
You play like a true game player. Uh, you do everything you need to do to get to the end. People hate it. You don't do enough. People hate it. You're not a game player. So I don't really uh, care too much about what people think about me. I care more about how I feel about myself.
Hmm.
And I feel like I played one hell of a game, quite possibly one of the best. So I'm so thankful. I truly hope that a lot of the alumni, saw the dirt that I was doing. They saw the work that I put in. Um, and like I said, I did everything I could to get to the end and to sit in those final two chairs. And whatever happened, happened.
What are your feelings about Spicy right now? She definitely. Yeah, she's been working against you
Of
basically
course.
since the start,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, felt like she was being loyal.
Yeah.
Uh, the vote comes in. I think based the perception right now is that she probably had a pretty heavy hand in sort of like turning the
Yeah.
jury.
Of course.
Um, how are you feeling?
Honestly, I don't feel any ways towards Victoria. I think that, it was an honor to be considered an all-star in this game. I do feel like there's a huge difference in the type of games that we play. I'm a game player. whereas Spicy's more of just a personality. Um, the lies that she was telling to me in the game, she left a lot of breadcrumbs behind, and I was following her like a bloodhound. I studied her game, I watched her moods, I kept up with all of her lies, and when I got the opportunity to bite back, I did with no remorse. So I'm not upset with her for going into the jury house and doing everything in her power to make sure I didn't win. It's part of the game. It's totally fair. When she walked out and said that, all this, you're trash and Canada's gonna see, and hot chocolate this, hot chocolate that. It's like, Spicy never had a backbone a day in this house. So, I did what I had to do to send the regular veteran player to the jury house. I set a record in this game for, most amount of days in the house, most amount of days off the block. She set a record for house guest with the most amount of days in the jury. So that goes to speak a lot for itself. But again, I have no hate towards her. I think she played an incredible game, and she used her social abilities to make sure she soiled the truth in the jury house, and she did a very good job at that. So.
Tell me about the decision to take Bailey over Lexus. I think that from our perspective, at the very least, you had a much better chance against Lexus than
Right.
Bailey.
Right.
Though we don't really know, maybe you have a better idea if you
Right.
talk to them,
Right.
if you had a chance against Lexus either.
Right.
It seemed like you talked about, a lot of it came from the fact that you guys were in hot chocolate. They talked
Right.
about you wanting a black woman to win.
Right.
Was there anything else? Was it just like...
It was a combination of things. I had 4 women approach me with an alliance called Hot Chocolate, name already made. I would have been an idiot to think that they wouldn't have taken their shot at me the first chance they got. They're all very social, very strong in competitions. So I had to do what I had to do to make them implode. And I took every single one of them out. My decision came down to what I thought my best chances were to win in the jury. I feel like if I brought Lexus, she would have won as well. With 3 black women, even though I feel like, they wanted and, had a dream of having Hot Chocolate be successful, they just weren't the type of game players to see that through. They were going after each other, planting seeds against each other, but ultimately at the end, I feel like over me would have definitely voted for one of their own. With Tola being in the jury house, I was also worried because, well, he loved Lexus. And with Spicy going in, the liar that she is, it was, very difficult for me to think that he would have a mind of his own. When players go, you have to look at who goes into the jury house when, right? With Todd being the final member to go into the jury house to make things right and to explain things, he's not really the best person to stand up for what's right and to tell the truth. He himself didn't really have a clue of what was going on this entire season. So, I made a very difficult decision that was very heartbreaking for me. But I just really had to factor in what were my best chances. I felt like Bailey played a weaker game than Lexus. I didn't think she would have as much respect in the jury house, so that's why I took her.
Yeah. Well, talk to me a little bit more about Bailey, because she won.
Yeah.
It did seem like, for whatever reason, she was left out of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But she was always sort of the one that was able to convince Spicy to kind of like do things that were in Bailey's interest
Yeah.
and not really anybody else's.
Right.
What was it about her that got her to that position?
Bailey was very animated in her pitches to people. You could literally feel her anxiety, and not a lot of people wanted to deal with that. So, when you're having a conversation with her, like on the other side, and also on my side, it's very difficult to explain things to her because if it were not in her way, she would just freak out. I realized that Bailey was on the low end of the totem pole with the girls throughout the majority of the season. And I thought it would be best to kind of scoop her under my wing, and use the advantages of having her on my side when it came to voting, when it came to understanding, and seeing things my way.
Yeah.
So definitely a well-deserved winner. I'm very proud of her, and she played a great game.
Yeah. All right. Well, Anthony, that's all we got time for.
RHAP, baby.